Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, please don't make it your last. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the processes or steps in applying for admission in France. So we're going to discuss about the first, which is the requirements, the second, which is the steps to applying for admission, the third, which is the French education system, the fourth, tips to getting admission, and the fifth is my personal experience. Please watch to the end because I'm going to share a lot of tips in getting admission and my personal experience as well. So let's get started. Okay, so welcome back. So if you see me looking down, that means I'm looking at something that I jotted. So let's start with the first step, which is the requirements. So for you to apply for admission in France, you need to get your international passport, you need to get your transcripts, you need to get your university certificates, your statement of purpose, your reference letter, your proficiency certificate, or letter from your previous school. So the international passport, it must be up to a year. Like the validity must be up to a year for you to apply. Your transcript, if you have OND, HND, BSc, you need to get those transcripts. So for the university certificate, you need to get it from your school as well. The statement of purpose or motivational letter, you need to write your statement of purpose and motivational letter, why you want to study the program, why you want to study in the school, your experience, and all of that. So your reference letter from your previous workplace and from your school. So your proficiency certificate or letter. If you have IELTS, if you have Duolingo, if you have other English proficiency certificates, or a letter from your school stating that you were taught in English in your previous degree. So that's that. So the second step is applying for admission. For you to apply for admission in France, there are two procedures or platforms to apply. The first one is Étudiant France. Yeah, so this Étudiant France is organized by Campus France. So the first thing you need to do is to create an account at the Étudiant en France platform. I am going to drop the link to the site. Yeah, so when you create an account, then you have to upload your documents, your international passport, your transcript, your university certificate, statement of purpose, or proficiency letter, your references. You are going to upload all of those things. So when you are done with uploading of those things, you are going to pay an administrative fee. Administrative fee is 50,000 naira for those of you in Nigeria. You are going to pay for this fee. When you are done with that, they are going to acknowledge your payments, and when they acknowledge your payment, they are going to ask you to book a date for your first interview. So when you book your date, you are going to go for your interview at the Campus France office, and then when you are done with your interview, you are going to hold on, you are going to wait. Sometimes some schools are going to have a personal interview with them. So after your Campus France interview, the school will also conduct an interview for you to be sure if you know what you really did, or to know you better. So after that, you are going to wait. The application process takes starts from 1st of October to the 15th of December. So currently now, today is the 10th of October 2024. So the application has already started and is going to end in 15th December 2024. So you have to wait till May, and that is when you start getting response from different schools that you are applying, and you're going to get those notifications via mail, and then at the Etudiant en France platform. So, and when you are done, when you've gotten admission, you are going to go back to the same site, but this time you are going to click on the command that I have gotten admission. So when you click on the command, you are going to upload your admission letter from the school, and then when you upload your admission letter from the school, Campus France is going to ask you to start your visa application. So once you are done with your visa application, you are going to go for a pre-consular interview at Campus France office. So when you are done with the interview with the pre-consular interview with Campus France, you are going to wait for your visa to be out, and then once your visa is out, voila, you start preparing for your stay here in France. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is the e-candidate application. E-candidate application takes place from May. That's after Campus France, Etudiant en France application. So this is application directly to the school websites. You don't have to apply through Etudiant en France. You only apply to the school website directly. So you're going to search for schools. You're going to search for programs that the school offer. Then you're going to submit your application through the e-candidate platform. You're going to create an e-candidate account. You're going to upload your transcript, international passport, your university certificate, your reference letters, your statement of purpose, motivational letter, and your proficiency letter if needed. Once you are done with that, you're going to have an interview with the school. The school is going to have an interview with you. Once the interview is done, if you get an admission, they are going to send you an admission letter, then which you have to refer back to Campus France that you have gotten admission. So once you get the admission, then you are going to go for your book an interview for a pre-consular interview. So once you book your interview for your pre-consular, so you are going to go, and then once you are done, you apply for your visa. Once you apply for your visa, you wait for your visa to be approved, and then voila, you are here. You prepare for your stay here in France. So the reason for the pre-consular interview is for Campus France to be able to check your documents, your accommodation, your flight itinerary, your proof of funds, your certificates, your CVs, to make sure everything is okay, make sure you really did a good job. So once they have checked all of these things and there was no mistake, they will give you a go-ahead order, and they will give you an attestation letter that you also go to submit at the VLS office. So once you submit it, you await for them to give you a response that your visa is ready, your passport has been returned. Come and pick it up, and then when you pick it up, if your visa has been approved, and you start preparing for your stay in France. So that's for applying for admission. So we're going to talk about the French education system. Yeah, the French education system is divided into 3 parts. Yeah, the first is a license, the second is a master's, and the third is the PhD. Now, for license, we have license 1, license 2, license 3, because they are license is 3 years. That's just like bachelor's degree. So the license 1 is bachelor's 1, license 2 is bachelor's 2, license 3 is bachelor's 3. Yeah. So for license 1, if you are in Nigeria, the license 1, you can apply with your WAEC and your NECO certificate. Okay, so but most of the courses in license 1 are in French language, just few that are in English language. So you have to search and do a lot of searching, a thorough searching, to be able to get a program in L1 that is being taught in English. Okay, so license 2 is mostly in French. Like, you rarely see a license 2 second year program in English here in France. So it's just so rare. So it's only L1 that you can see few English taught courses. So L3, you can see L3. That's the last year of bachelor's here in France. You can see L3, but there's also few. So people who have OND, people who have HND, that's ordinary national diploma and higher national diploma, can apply for L3. Okay, people who also have BSc can also apply for L3, but it's usually rare. But people with HND, OND can apply for L3. So moving forward, let's go to the masters. For the masters program, we have M1 and M2. M1 is the first year master and M2 is the second year master. So for M1, people with HND can apply for M1. People with PIC can apply for M1. Depending, for HND graduates, is depending on your CGP, your work experience. Okay, so if you have all of those things, you can apply for M1. That's first year masters. Then M2, people with BSc can apply for M2 depending on their CGP and their work experience. So for PhD, people with masters can apply for PhD, and that's that for French education system. Welcome back. Okay, so moving forward to the tips to getting admission in a French university. Currently, an L3 student in University of Toulouse, Jean Jaurès, and I am studying tourism, hospitality, and food studies. Okay, so back in Nigeria, I have higher national diploma, that's HND, in hospitality management and tourism. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you the tips to get admission here in France. When I did my application, I applied through eCandida. I didn't apply through Études France. I applied through eCandida, and I was doing my NYSC, that's National Youth Service Corps in Nigeria, for Nigerians that are watching me. So, and it was during my campaign that I had an interview with my school. My school head of department, Madam Aurela Sanchez. She's a nice lady. I've met her in person in high school, and she is actually nice. So when they called me that day, I was in camp. So there was Bigu. I don't know, people that have been to NYST camp. So the sound of Bigu. Bigu was blowing up and down. Pew, 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 pew. And I was like, God, are you sure I can do this interview? So, and then afterwards, there was network poor connection. So, but I had to do it. During my NYSC, I was my camp social head. I was in charge of social activities for my platoon. So I have to speak with my camp platoon officer, and I told him that I have an interview and I need some space to be able to do the interview because of noise and all of that. So he told me to stay at a corner that nobody's going to disturb me. So that was when I had my interview. So the interview was it was scheduled for Nigerian time 11, but French time 12. So I was ready for the interview, and then the network connection was poor, the beagle was sounding, and all of that. So, but the interviewers, they asked me, Annabelle, I why what is that beagle sound? I told them that there is a mosque close to me, and they are having their prayer, so that's why they can hear the beagle. They said, okay. So they said, oh, we have seen that you have a lot of experience in the hospitality industry. So what do you want to say? I said, oh, that I really have passion for the hospitality, tourism, and the food industry because my mom has a restaurant, and I also help her in the preparation of food, serving of customers, and all of that. They say, oh, wow, that's wow, is a nice one. So they asked me if I knew that the program is open for different students from around the world. I said yes. They asked if I knew that there would be different age brackets, people 20, people in 30s. I said yes, I'm aware. They said okay, that I really have a good CV and a good work experience, so that I should check on my a candidate platform account by Monday, and that day was on a Wednesday. So they asked me to check back the next Monday, and that they can see that there is poor connection, that I should not worry, I should just check back on Monday. And after the interview, I was skeptical. I was scared. I was nervous. I had to talk to my friends about this. I should calm down, calm down, calm down. And I calmed down and I prayed, and I was just hoping. So on Monday, I had to open okay, it was a mail. I have to open my mail, and voila, I've got an admission. I was so excited, and I went to the platform and I downloaded the admission letter. So, and when I downloaded the admission letter, I have to now refer back to Campus France, and I create account with Campus France. Campus France, that's the Etudiant en France site. I have to create an account and then upload my admission letter, and follow the other steps. So now the tips to getting admission in France. First thing, you must make sure you create a very nice CV. Make sure your CV is very nice. Don't add all the whole unnecessary things that are not making sense. If your work experience is less than 6 months, please don't add it to your CV. It won't make sense. Make sure you have a very nice CV. Make sure you have a very nice photo, yeah, in your CV. Don't go and put a photo of where your face you are frowning, or your hair is unkempt and all of that. Make sure your CV is bright, and at least you are putting on a little smile, maybe, or maybe don't do like don't frown, just put a little smile. Okay, so that's the number one thing. Make sure your work experience is updated. Don't go and put the one that you did 2 months ago, that you just did 2 days or 2 weeks. No, make sure your work experience is up to like six months, from 6 months upwards. Okay, if you had an internship, IT, like we call it in Nigeria. If you have an IT, please add it. Okay, add it to your CV. It will give you a step ahead. Now, another tip is, let's assuming I studied accounting, and then for my BSc, right? So, and I went to apply for masters. I'll now go and choose let's say I'll now go and choose medical science, and you don't have any experience in medical science. Just to have it in mind that you're not going to get an admission, because the French people, they like work experience. they love work experience because they believe that even if you don't have a certificate and you have work experience is an added advantage because you've done a practical aspect of what you want to go and do. You get you okay, like let's say I studied hospitality management and tourism in Nigeria in my HND, and then I want to apply for another program. And I don't have experience in the hospitality. I only have experience in accounting, and I'm applying. Okay, no, okay, let's say I have an experience in hospitality and I work in hospitality, but I want to go and I have a BSc in hospitality and I want to apply for accounting. I don't have experience in accounting. I am not going to get my admission because what you say you are going for, you don't have experience, you don't have any proof to show that I have interest in this. So you get the point. Make sure that the program you are going for is closely related to what you have done before, or make sure you have a work experience to the program you are going for. I want to apply for masters in accounting. Make sure you have work experience in accounting. I want to apply for electrical engineering. I want to switch from computer science to electrical engineering. Make sure you have experience in electrical engineering. I want to apply for computer science and I have experience in architecture. Make sure you have experience related to computer science. You get the gist. So make sure all of those things are added. It will give you a high leverage, to give you a step ahead, okay, in getting your admission. So I wish you guys the best of luck in your admission. So I'm going to add some links to some public universities in France, and I am going to do a video about my school, my tuition fee, and the programs my school offer, because my school is one of the public universities in France, and my school my school is one of the best, I can say, because I am saying based on my personal experience. Okay, so my school is helps students, the tuition is quite affordable. The student and the student experience, like student life, is really really nice. So I'm going to drop a video, but then if you have any questions for me, you can drop it in the comment section, or I'm going to drop a link to my email. You can send me an email. If you want me to help you in your application, you can also send me a mail. If you need assistance of any sort, you can drop me an email, so you can discuss, we can talk. So thank you guys for watching. Till we meet again.